Hey friends, how's it going? It's that nerd Ryan here, and today we will be talking about Eternals. Now that came out on Friday, so we'll be talking about it today, and just basically what I thought about it, just kind of some things I picked up. I guess I'll be talking about my thoughts before, because I mean that was a roller coaster of thoughts in seeing the movie before it, or thinking about the movie before I saw it. And then favorite character, favorite scene, and I guess I'll throw in least favorite character, and we'll rank it and then talk about the end credit scenes. So first, let's talk about the movie in general. So going into this, I actually, when I started getting the Eternals figures, I got like really excited. And I was getting really pumped and excited for the movie. Then the reviews started coming in and I got a little apprehensive. Now, I usually don't follow reviews just because a lot of the times, I mean, here's an obvious thing. I love the Transformers movies. That's why I don't follow reviews. But, yeah, so I was getting a little nervous with it. I started thinking maybe that wasn't going to be that good of a movie, and getting really nervous about it, but I went and saw it, and I enjoyed it. Mostly. Now, I do feel that this isn't as weak as Black Widow was, but I do feel like it was not as good as Shang-Chi. So, the whole concept of the Eternals being gods and everything was really, really cool. I liked that idea. I liked how, like, these stories were actually made up by Sprite of these characters and stuff like that, like Icarus flying close to the sun and just stuff like that. I really, really enjoyed how they worked in these characters into modern mythology and stuff like that. Another thing that I really enjoyed was the soundtrack for this. I already picked it all up on iTunes. It's on my Marvel playlist, which I'm happy about. But yeah, great soundtrack for this. Now, let's talk about favorite characters, because this is actually kind of funny. So, I kind of went in the movie knowing that I would really like Cersei. She did end up being my second favorite, but I thought I was going to absolutely hate Druig. I thought he was going to be just a lame character and everything like that. Little emo boy sort of thing. Ended up being my favorite character in the whole movie. Druig is probably my favorite. My favorite scene has to be when they meet Gilgamesh and Athena. And it's just like, he's supposed to be the super tough guy and ended up being like basically a housewife. Thought that was great. I enjoyed basically every single Eternal. All the characters were good. I felt like the weakest one was either Kingo or Gilgamesh, because I mean Gilgamesh, you kind of gotta give him a pass because he's barely in the movie, but Kingo was kind of a little annoying in my sense, just because he like trying to be the funny, over the top guy and everything like that. It was just kind of like, okay, we get it, you're famous, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. It kind of got annoying after a while, and I mean, I get that was supposed to be his character, but it just kind of got on my nerves. And I also didn't like that, spoiler alert, at the end of the movie, before the final fight, stopping the Celestial. He just kind of was like, peace, I'm out, and left. I'm glad that he stood by what he believed in, but I'm like, no. Festos was another good character I enjoyed. Like I said, I liked most of the Eternals. The character that I disliked the most, though, was the Deviant, which you only know this if you buy the toy, Crow. Very kind of generic entity. It's like he's barely in the movie, one. You see him about 3 times, I think, throughout the whole movie, maybe 4. And then they never name drop him. he's very disinteresting in a sense. Like, if you read what it says on the back of his toy, it's like he's supposed to be this apex predator, scary thing. And it just kind of is like, meh. He's there. Another thing that kind of bothered me was this had a very Star Wars beginning, as in it had an opening crawl. But throughout the movie, the opening crawl kind of becomes pointless. You're kind of introduced to it, I guess, as an Eternal through their point of view, what they've been told. And then you realize halfway through the movie the entire crawl is a lie. So it's like, what's the point of having that crawl if you're going to have other characters explain it in the movie and then get told, oh yeah, no, that's not true at all anyways. So, I mean, being a huge Star Wars fan, I'm fine with an opening crawl, but it took almost 40 years for them to explain the opening crawl in A New Hope, and everything's been fine since then, and they didn't really have to explain it. An opening crawl should be there to set up a movie, not to have it explained multiple times throughout the movie. So that was another thing that kind of bothered me. But all in all, this movie was an okay Marvel movie. I gave it a 7 out of 10. It's still watchable. It's changing a lot of perspective in other movies, such as Infinity War and the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Stuff like that, just with Celestials, and something about Thanos, in my opinion, that might be like, maybe he was justified in doing what he did. But, yeah, so now that we got the ranking, let's talk about the end credit scenes. So the first one is introducing Harry Styles as Eros, which, that's pretty cool. I mean, problematic character, but still cool to see a new face in the MCU. And then the other one is Dane, which is Cersei's boyfriend, who's supposed to become Black Knight, finding the Ebony Blade, opening the Ebony Blade, and then a voice asking him if he's ready for it. We don't officially know who the voice is. It's possibly Blade. It's possibly, I thought maybe Shang-Chi when I walked out. Could be wrong though. But a lot of people are pointing towards Blade. So yeah, that's my review for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and follow me on all my social media down below. It's that Nerd Ryan telling you, we're all superheroes on the inside.